Welcome to Worldcraft Logistics. So now this video is about what happened after your shipment arrived at our warehouse. So once your shipment arrived at our warehouse, a lot of people are confused what's going to happen next. So this is what's going to happen next. So number one, you need to provide a clear marking on your carton and a clear packing list. So a clear marking and a clear packing list allow your shipment to be checked in quickly and fast as possible. That's number one. So always do that first, okay? So let's go to our example over here. Okay, so right now we have a carton, right, that coming in, let's just say one side, right? If there's no marking, we cannot identify your shipment when you request for your shipment to leave our warehouse. So avoid sending shipment to our warehouse without any marking. And then this side right here, so this is basically a handwritten marking. So what you want to do is you want to avoid things like this, is because when it's handwritten, is you know, everybody's handwriting is different, and if you're going to buy an international overseas shipment, people handwriting are not the best because that's not, you know, their language, okay? And then we have marking that's, so this is considered marking. So it's okay, but the thing is you have to understand that the markers are in a different language. So we here in America are trying to process your shipment in English. So try to avoid, you know, marking that what we need to follow is not, that's something that we cannot read. So you want to avoid that, okay? So finally, what we have is the proper invoice and the proper packing list and marking. So I want to zoom in and gonna help you review it one by one. So what we have right here is the proper marking and the proper packing list. So you're gonna give us this packing list. So the packing list usually comes from your factory. Your factory is gonna give you the packing list. On the packing list, it's gonna have the buyer, which is you, or the importer, right? So bill to, or you know, ship to Worldcraft Logistics. Let's just say this is your company name, and so your company name is going to be right here, okay? And so there's proper packing list. So let's just say, for example, right, you're going to import in 100 carton, right, of shoes. When there's red size 5 and 6, and then there's black size 5 and 6, right? The problem here, the reason why I say wrong and messy packing list, because all we know is that it's 100 carton. It doesn't tell us, right, how many boxes or unit is size 5, how many is size 6, and how many, you know, black, like this. It's not right. So what you want to do is you want to break it down. So I want to go to the example of the correct way, the perfect way to break it down, right? So right here we have red size small, and then the barcode, and then we know that there's 200 units, and then we know there's 20 carton, okay? Right here it breaks down to size medium, right? And then we have 330 right here, and then we break it down to black size small, black size medium, and the ultimate goal is that this right here is equal to 100. But see, when the packing list is not correct, you get this 100, and this doesn't help us check in your shipment, because it's like buying something from the store, but the store doesn't give you the correct receipt, and you ask the receipt guy to check to make sure you have everything. We, as your checker, we cannot check if we don't get the right paperwork, right? So always give the correct breakdown of what is part of the packing list, correct breakdown, right, of different size if you have different SKU. Don't just chunk it in like 100%. Okay, so now that we zoom in and we explain the proper packing list, now we're going to go to the carton marking. So your packing list need to correlate or be similar to the packing. So number one is you have the company name, which is our company name right now, so Worldcraft Logistics, right? And then red shoe size small right here, okay? And we know that right here, red shoe size small right here. So it's correlating with each other, right? And then we know that each carton contains 10 units, okay? And then it have the weight of the box. the weight of the box is going to help us do shipping when it come to shipping your shipment out, right? And then we have the dim of the box, right? Made in China. Made in China is needed when you import product from China. If you import product from Vietnam, then you put made in Vietnam. But the point is, it needs to have made somewhere because this is what US Custom need. And then finally, earlier, there is a barcode, right? So this barcode also is right here, okay? And it's also this barcode. So our company now require to have product ID with a barcode. So this allow us to scan the barcode, and what we need to focus on is that our company no longer focus on the red shoe size small. Our company main focus now is the barcode. So when you want 10 carton of the red shoes to leave our warehouse, you just say, I want 20 carton, let's say, okay? I want 20 carton of this barcode to leave the warehouse. And that's what we need. So good packing list and good marking allow your shipment to check in quickly. When people don't have good marking and good packing list, it could delay your shipment to check in our warehouse up to like 3 to 5 business days. So this is very important. So right here, we already finished up with number one, which is clear marking and packing list, right? So right now, once your shipment is in, and you're gonna decide you're gonna do LCL shipment or full container, right? So I'm sorry, LTL and full container. The thing with LTL shipment is that your shipment is gonna come into our warehouse as LCL or LTL. What it is it's gonna come in by 1 or 2 pallets. So LTL shipment, when it come in, is usually a very small shipment, like less than 100 carton. It gets checked in very quickly. So when it gets checked in, it takes about 1 to 3 business days. It usually takes about 1 business day if the marking is good, which is number one. If the marking is okay, and there's going to be email back and forth between us and you and say, hey, is the packing list wrong, is the marking wrong? And that will take 3 days. And sometimes when it's really bad and the customer don't respond, the check-in process takes a lot longer. But on average, LCL shipment that's coming into our warehouse or LTL shipment that come to our warehouse is going to be 1 to 3 business days. And then FCL shipment is basically full 20-foot container or 40-foot container. So it could hold 1,000 carton or 1,600 carton. So when the shipment is roughly around 400 carton, it will take about 2 hours to unload with 4 guys. If the shipment is 1,600 or 2,000 carton, it will take about 6 to 8 hours to unload with 6 guys. It's a lot of labor intense work, and that's why the proper marking again is important, because as we unload, we are checking and marking every single box that we check in, okay? And usually that takes 2 to 4 days to unload and process it into our inventory system. So that's pretty much how long it takes for a shipment to get checked in. So that's finish number 2, okay? Number 3 is once the shipment is finished checking in, we have another team that will go out and will provide a 15-minute of free inspection service to your shipment. So what they do is they would open 1 or 2 carton, they take pictures of your shipment, and they will also check if there's a FSKU on there. They will check if there's suffocation warning if your product have a plastic bag, and they will check the SKU is correct, and they will send you these pictures. So when we send you these pictures, then you know your shipment is good to go. If there's problem like if there's label missing and stuff like that, or need an insert, our company do provide a service of putting on those labels for you. The 15-minute inspection is when your shipment reach our warehouse after step number 2, and a person will come out, and this person will do a 15-minute inspection for you, right? We check for the FSKU, we check this suffocation warning if your product have a plastic bag around it. This is what Amazon require. We check if it have a barcode because Amazon require that you have a barcode. So pretty much it is just an inspection for your shipment to make sure that it meet Amazon standard. And then if there's problem with it, like missing barcode, missing label, anything like that, we could provide extra service to fix this for you before it get to Amazon and or avoiding your account from getting suspended, right? So that will finish off the 15-minute inspection, okay? Next we have is, so now your shipment is inside our warehouse, right? You have multiple options. Number one, people store their cargo here. So if you want to store your cargo here, you could store it here. It's going to be cheaper to store it here versus storing at Amazon. So number one, you could store your cargo here. Number two, you're going to determine if you're going to ship your shipment out of our warehouse using UPS or FedEx or LTL, right? So you need to go, there's a link below in this video. It's going to give you a link to create how your shipment is going to leave our warehouse. So that's going to check off, because in the link, you're going to get options on how your shipment is going to leave our warehouse, okay? So now we go to the next step, number 5. After the request is you're going to pick, right? So earlier I said there's going to be 2 options, right? There's the LTL option, the UPS option, and FedEx, right? So for the LTL option, basically your shipment need to be more than 10 carton and 150 pounds. Right now that's the rule for Amazon, but it could change. But the thing is right now is 10 carton plus 150 pound over on a standard pallet, 40 by 48. The wonderful thing about LTL is that it's the cheapest method to ship to Amazon, and Amazon will do this for you through your Seller Central. However, it is the slowest. It could take 5 to 7 business days during the normal season, but it could take up to 14 business days during the peak season, and I have seen it delay up to 3 weeks during the peak season when it's really, really bad. So this option is great if you're not so worried about your inventory getting to Amazon, but it is the cheapest, and pick the cheapest. It's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And then for UPS, it's the fastest. The wonderful thing about UPS is that you will give us UPS labels and FBA labels, and we will put it on the box for you, and then within 24 hours it leaves right away because we have UPS pickup daily. However, it will cost more than LTL, but it's still cheap to what we're gonna for the service, is because Amazon's gonna pass that discount on to you. So depend on how fast you want your shipment to leave our warehouse, you will use this method, okay? Check. So once you put in your request online for number 4, you pick the shipping method that you want to ship, and you give us the label in number 4. Now our accounting department need to approve for it. So like for example, if you have outstanding balance that you haven't paid, the truth is, we're trying to run a business, we're not going to release your shipment. It's just the way it is. If you don't buy anything, if you go to the store and buy something, if you haven't paid, you can't walk out, right? So we try to run a business. So yes, our accounting will check. Once you settle payment, accounting will approve for it, okay? And in number 4, on our website, there's actually a tracker that will say what step your shipment is on. So don't worry about that. So once accounting approve for it, the labeling starts, okay? So if you're gonna do LTL, this is when we're gonna start building your LTL pallets. We're gonna start building it. And if you're gonna do UPS, this is when we're gonna start putting on the labels, okay? So the labeling starts, and then your shipment is ready to go, right? And then for LTL shipment, once the labeling starts, we still finally gonna need the last part. The last part we're gonna need the bill of lading. So the bill of lading is basically a piece of paper that the Amazon trucker is gonna issue to you, and you need to give this to us. So what it is when the truckers show up, we're gonna sign in. We say this shipment has been picked up by so and so carrier. So we're gonna need that bill of lading. So this is pretty much the overall how your shipment, once your shipment arrives here at Worldcraft Logistic Warehouse, it go over step-by-step process of how your shipment is going to leave our warehouse. And for number 4 right here, I will create a video for that in the link below. And there's also a video that I break down. I will also provide in the link below how LTL shipment is built and how UPS shipment is being labeled. All right, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know.